Yeah, ká lọ ṣeré. We could go on a vacation, have fun maybe all night long.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ags Daily. So today we're doing a video for you guys, 6 form essentials to get the top grades. Obviously in the last video you would have seen I got A star, A star, A star. So clearly I know what I'm talking about. Not to brag, but then we have Jessie here. Jessie loves, firstly subscribe to her YouTube channel because she's just amazing. But she got A star, A star, A, and she's going to Cambridge, so she obviously knows what she's talking about. She's just a genius as a whole. But yeah, so today we've got 5 essentials or 5 things that you need to do to maximize your time in 6th form and to get the top grades that we have. So Jessie, do you want to start?
So tip number 1 is to use your free periods wisely.
Yeah, do you want to explain?
So in 6th form, which is different from secondary school, you tend to get a lot of free periods and free time. However, this isn't time for you to, play around, gallivant, all of those things. It's the time for you to get some work in during the day and to get ahead of your to-do list, to get ahead of the curve, to get ahead of everyone else.
On top of that, 6th form is just like tiring. Now, when you get home, you're going to want to sleep. So you might as well do yourself a favour by just doing the work whilst you're in school. Especially since you've come from year 11, so that you're not even used to free periods. So that why are you trying to act all Hollywood now, just doing nothing in your free periods? I can't lie, in year 12 I did nothing, but like I just had to put myself through the pain of doing work after school. But it's just like, if you know you don't have to, why do it?
One amazing tip, if you struggle to use your free periods like Aradia did, is to find a separate room. Maybe it's not your common room. If you know people are going to be there and interact with them, find a separate room, have what you want to do ready, and just get to work. Put your phone on silent if you need to, and just really get your head down and hustle out the work.
Yeah, so on that point, have what you need to do ready, as Jessie said. So the next point is make to-do lists. It's easy to say today in my head. How many times have you guys be like, today I'm gonna get this and that done? Like, you don't do it. So write it down. When you write it down, you're more likely to get it done. You're likely to see your goals, and then it's just easier to plan your time and just to know what you actually want to get done.
And it's very important that when you're making those to-do lists, to set a highlight and the priority of the day. What is the most important task you have to get done? Is it your coursework? Is it a piece of homework? Is it an exam is on Monday and it's Friday? Do you need to start revising for that?
Yeah, so with that, especially be realistic. So like, don't just set 20 things to do in one day when you know you've only got 2 hours of free time in the whole day. And have a highlight. So with the highlight, set one thing that you'll be happy with if that's the thing that's done. So like, usually what I'll do is I'll have like 7 things. I'll do like 5 out of 7, but then I'll still be unhappy because like the things that I've been really wanting to do just didn't get done. So have a highlight, do the highlight, maybe do it first or do it in a time where you have the most energy, and then all of the filler ones you can easily move that on to the next day.
And also a very important point on regards to mental health. Once you've done your to-do list, you are done for today. Don't continue adding infinite tasks. Don't stay up really late at night and just keep on adding things to do on your to-do list.
That's a problem that I can't relate to because I was kind of like never finish my to-do list. But yeah, if you're like Jessie, then
yeah, when you're done with your to-do list, you are done. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your free time.
But yeah, on that point, sleep. Like, people in 6th form are forgetting to sleep, but like, it's not that deep. Go to bed. It's not 4 a.m. that you're going to start bringing out your textbooks and start revising. Like, go to bed. It's fine.
The next point is, while you're in your lessons, make sure you are understanding why you are in that lesson.
Days. Oh, this one's even pissing me off here because I'm the guy that helps the people. But just like, we're even listening, like, people in the lesson that we just had would ask me for help. Firstly, understand it in the lesson. If you don't understand, you can ask me in the lesson. You can ask the teacher in the lesson. Just make sure you understand, or ask the question in the lesson. Like, it's fine. There's guys that are shy to ask questions about what we're learning in the lesson. I don't know where that comes from, but you just need to forget that and leave that in wherever it came from, innit? Like, ask your questions to your teachers in the lesson or to your friends. Understand it in the lesson. It saves time and it's just so much more. Like, it's just better.
Yeah, and it also, in the regards to saving time, if you understand the concept, you may forget, like, the content. But if you understand the concept, when you come back to revise, you're not spending time trying to understand.
That's like me in year 12. People that think I'm a snake because I'll say, I didn't revise, but I'll still do the best in the test, it's not because I'm a liar or whatever. It's because in the lessons, people would get pissed off at me, but I would always ask questions. To them, it may seem like it was like I was going off topic or like I'm just being extra. But I was asking the questions to get a greater understanding of the concepts and like to give myself context so that in the test, instead of just remembering details as like random pieces of information, I would just remember the whole concept when I would figure it out in the test by using the concepts that I actually knew.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big thing.
And the next thing is to revise, not relearn. And that links to understanding the concept. When you come back to revising, make sure you are revising to fill in your gaps, not relearning a whole topic. And you are revising using smart techniques, not flipping through a textbook, you know, not watching a YouTube video and hoping, you know, it assimilates into your brain.
Okay, cool. You need to be honest with yourself. So like, if you know you genuinely don't know the whole topic and like you don't know the concepts within the topic, that's when you relearn. But more times you probably do. So start by testing yourself using techniques such as active recall, also spaced repetition as well. So that if you did cells, let's talk about biology. If you did cells on Monday, it shouldn't be Wednesday you're doing cells again. It should be the next week, and then after that, like 2 weeks after, then after that, a month after. Spaced repetition to combat the forgetting curve, which is something that you should go and research.
Yeah.
If you don't know.
100% agree. And active recall can include things like flashcards, blurting, even practicing exam questions is a form of active recall.
It needs to be active. It's not by reading textbook that you're gonna just, you can't just do this. But yeah. And
also making sure that you're correcting them, because the mistakes is where you need to click into.
A lot of people just go like, yeah, I got that. But no, you didn't get. So especially with the mark schemes, that's the biggest one. Is like with mark schemes, don't just say, yeah, I got that. Like, that one, you need to... If there's anything you're going to memorize the answers from the mark scheme. That's one thing, especially for chemistry.
Yes. And I used to use a system called marks, MARCKS. Yeah. And they each stood for something. I would write it down in the description box below. But when I mark my thing, I'll be like, okay, so this is a maths error. This is a maths problem. I didn't know this. I didn't understand this. That's what I need to do. Oh, I forgot this. This is a linking problem. And so then everything doesn't just become one big mistake. You start to identify why the mistakes are there, and you can work on those problems specifically. So
with maths, if you know it was a maths problem, practice your maths. Like, practice your maths, literally. But yeah. So the final tip is to use your teachers. Beg it to them, become their friends, ask them, whatever them, just use your teachers. They're there for a reason. They're getting paid to help you. It's literally their job. So don't ever feel like you're a menace or you're a nuisance, because use them. It's your life.
Yeah. We would always send emails to our teachers when we didn't understand something. Take a picture, send it to them. Come to school the next day with that question. Your teachers are one of your most useful resources, because they're the ones with the knowledge and the understanding, and they've had experience.
Like, some teachers, some people don't have the luxury to have teachers that were as good as ours, but sometimes your friends can explain concepts better because like they're coming from
the same perspective as you.
So use your friends, use everything. For our subjects, physics and maths tutor, so our subjects we did biochem, maths, physics and maths tutor for exam questions, YouTube videos, biology Carol for biology, chemistry, more physics and maths tutor. No.
And A-level chemistry.
And chem revise,
And also to remember, at the same time, it's not a race, it's not a competition. You want to help and you want to uplift people
if there's anything, slow and steady will win the race in A-levels. Like, just make sure you're building your foundations. It's not by running one day and then falling down the next week. Have your foundations. If it's slow, just make sure you're building everything, especially A-level maths. Year 12 will seem calm. It may be calm now, but like year 13, if you don't know your year 12 inside out, you're gonna struggle. Like, that's just how it is. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know. A lot of you guys are watching my videos but not subscribing. What are you doing? So subscribe, comment any questions you might have, or anything. If you've already been through sixth form, anything you wish you knew before starting sixth form. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to Jesse's channel, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye. Oh, funny.
And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
We could go on a vacation.